have it in my mind that I want to learn new skills. I chose web development. I start learning with the basic structure of web pages, that is HTML. Then I dip into CSS, exploring the style asset of website. As I progress, I master the basic framework template for CSS, HTML, and JavaScript, that is Bootstrap. In order to get suitable responses in all view, then I further continue to explore more coding languages like JavaScript, ethical hacking, MongoDB, Mongoose, etc. In this video, it's all about a crazy journey to learn coding from the scratch to web development. If you are a beginner, without further ado, let's get started. So guys, the time is moving and the world is always evolving with advanced technology. That's why I have decided to make a change in my life by learning a new skills that will amaze me in a minute. Wait a minute, let's talk about the importance of learning new skills. In a world that is constantly evolving, embracing new skills is the key to thriving. Welcome to a journey of endless possibilities. The first one in the list is learning opportunities. Today, learning new skills is more accessible than ever, from programming, cooking, digital marketing, selling online product, affiliate marketing. In fact, there's a lot of new skills you can learn, most especially online courses for everyone. The second one is diverse skills. Unleashing your product with graphic designing or master culinary art from the comfort of your house. That seems to be very simple. The third one is embracing technology. Step into virtual reality and explore languages you have always wanted to learn. Connect with people globally like never before. Number 4 in the list is wellness and fitness. Keep your mind and body in harmony through virtual fitness classes, learning yoga, pilot, and much more. The fifth one in the list, coding and digital transformation. Let me say, programming is not just for tech experts. Dip into coding languages and witness the power to shape the digital world. The sixth one in the list is exploring interests. No matter what your interest, online platforms offer a gateway to new skills. It is not just about limitations, it's about the limitless growth. The seventh in the list is certificate and opportunities, and the best part of certificate of completion validate your achievement, often those exciting opportunities. Let me say you can become a software developer and make cool passive income. So wait, embrace changes, ignite your passion, and pave the way for a brighter future. Join the movement of long life learners. These and many more I haven't mentioned are the importance of learning new skills. Check the links in the video description to learn more about them. After carefully consideration, I chose a programming as my path with a particular interest in web development, or let me say app development. This idea seemed to be crazy, of course, but for example, when I go into my text editor, look at the coding I start learning like HTML and CSS for example, and if I go into my Chrome to view the offline version of my coding, this is how it looks. It is very interesting. Initially, I was surprised by just typing a code languages and you will have a nice looking web page. Alright, now let's talk about why I choose web development as my path. The first one is childhood dream. Since a child with the urge to design a website and share my work with the world has fueled my imagination. The second one is innovative apps. I aspire to create the next generation of innovative apps from the Google level wonders to App Store sensations. The third one is smart home developer. Becoming a smart home developer is not just an ambition, it's a journey to shape the future. The fourth one is passion and progress. Passion propels me an edge line of coding. Each designing choice is a step towards something greater. The fifth one in the list is empowerment through coding. Web development empowers me to turn ideas into reality, making a positive impact. Finally, let me say, a web development is a path and passion, and it's a way to make a mark. In summary, what I have learned so far include the basic learning HTML, the structure of web pages, and better HTML tags and attributes. So now if I go into my text editor right now, I create a folder called my website, then inside of the folder I'll create index.html file. The first thing we should consider is HTML doc type, which indicates the latest version of HTML you are using. Then there's HTML that has a self and often closing tag. That is often and close tag, as you can see here. Then inside the HTML there is a heading which contains the title. The title will not show anything, as you can see here. Let me go into my Chrome and paste it here. We will not see anything in our page, but we will see my website appear at the top. Then let's have a paragraph tag in the body, and additionally which all of them have both open and closing tag. If I write Mrsmartchoice in my paragraph inside my body, and it will appear. But right now let's use the latest version, that is HTML file. It has a boilerplate. The boilerplate contains all the necessary text, let me say default text for HTML file, that is HTML version 5. Then as you can see, let me highlight my title right now. Welcome to my website, or let me say my website, my first website, the kind of things I want to write. Then I'll prepare to use HTML tag called div to allow me to divide a section into my page. Then I'll have a h1 that is h1 to h6 welcome to Mrsmartchoice. You see, it will be bold and also have a strong. That's all about paragraph and division. Also, we have something called LI, that is list of item. We have ordered list and unordered list, and it's called UL and OL. So for this, we are going to use unordered list, which means there's no any alphabetical or numerical order. An anchor tag inside it, which means by clicking on it, it will direct me to other pages. Then I'll have home, about, blog, done, support. So right now we talk about heading, body, div, h1, and also list of item. As you can see here right now, we have unordered list of item, blog, home, body, and support. Then the next one, we also have something called paragraph. Let's have a paragraph and write a loading I suppose not. And the paragraph is not a self-closing tag. It must have open and closing tag. Otherwise, you may get error. Also, in the next, we will have something called horizontal line. The horizontal line it will show a line. Then we have something called table. Inside table, we have table row, table head, and table data. The tags are called TR, T-head, and also TD. In the table head, I write action and social media. In table data, I write subscribe me on Mrsmartchoice and also follow my Facebook page. As you can see here, this is how it looks. Additional to my table, I may add something called border. Let me see attribute like cell spacing, border. Right now, let me choose border one, and my table will look so beautiful than before. Then I dive into CSS, exploring the style aspect of website like color, positioning, and much more. Definitely, it may happen we want to style our HTML, all of this time we want to style them, position them. That's what CSS means. And for example, there's something called inline CSS, or let me see HTML attribute. It's almost the same thing. As you can see here, I can easily change the color of my div to another color by adding an attribute called style, then the value is background color and other things. And if I want to add attribute called display, then I will make it inline block. As you can see here, my HTML will be inline block. So look at how the grammar of CSS is working. Style is equal to the background color, then column, the value of your column, then this, then semicolon. To check if the background color will appear, all we have to do is go into Chrome and keep on refresh, and the color will appear successfully. Then I may have a div, another div, then I will add image. Image will also self-closing tag, and inside that image we will have a source where you can give a URL or you can give your hotel that end with PNG or PGF. Then also we have an alert, a short description about your images. Then on that div, I may add another attribute, that is inline CSS, style, background color. Then I change it to any hexacode or RGB. Then I may change it to width, height. Similarly, my image, I may do similar to it. I may change it to width to 200 pixels, height is 200 pixels. And also on my body, I may change its color also to the color I need specifically. And look at how it is looking. It kind of looking beautiful, but still it's looking ugly. I have to change the background color of my first div. I just have to delete it and keep on refresh. And this is how my page will exactly look. It kind of looking beautiful. As I progress, I master inline, internal, and external CSS. So what we have been discussed before is inline CSS by adding style attribute. An inline CSS is used to apply a unique style to a single HTML element. An inline CSS is used the style attribute of an HTML element. As you can see here, let me just delete all the inline CSS. When it comes to internal CSS, are included within the head section of an HTML document and applied to entire document, allowing for consistent styling across multiple elements. Internal CSS, it's more advanced than inline CSS because inline you can only style a specific element, while internal you can style a lot of elements. As you can see here right now, I have to find a place. You will find a place below your title and the heading section, then add style attributes. Let me see, add style HTML tag, both open and closing tag. Select the HTML element you want to tag, then select the property that is background color, then the value to be any hexacode. Then if I want to change the text color to be white, as you can see here, then in fact you can add another HTML tag UL, that is unordered list. I may have a property to be display inline block, then I'll also list of style to be none. As you can see here, there's a lot of things you can do in internal CSS. Also position, you can add a position property, either it's absolute, static, relatives. Link will be in the description if you want to know all about this. In terms of external CSS, it's used to add a styling to multiple pages at any time. It helps to design a layout of many pages simultaneously. As you can see here, I'm going to delete all the HTML tag we did. I'm now going to start from the fresh, and create first a HTML doc type with a boilerplate that is HTML version pip that contain all the meta tag and HTML language. I have discussed about it. Then on my title, just in the heading section, I'm going to add relationship to the CSS, a link that will relate my CSS to my HTML document. By adding a link, relationship styleship, then href, that's going to be style.css. So I have to make sure that style.css file is in the same folder under my index.html or under my website. Then I may decide to add a folder, name it CSS, under that CSS, and create a folder style.css. As you can see here right now, I have created a folder under CSS. I'm now going to modify that href by adding css/style.css. Now I have provided links to my CSS and HTML document. So we are going to the CSS. Let me see. Okay, let me change the title to my Mrsmartchoice already before, so I'm going to start from the brush. Then I'll be adding a favicon relationship that is links to my favicon. I have done a favicon. A favicon is a little icon that will appear just beside your title. Let me go and copy index.html and see what will happen. Look at this. This is a favicon. You'll see a little image there. So now I start from the brush. I will have to do to pass all my HTML tags I have done my working. So you can check link in the video description. I have made a video for you how I did all of this. And under CSS, after I put body h1 to h3 and anchor to margin to 0, padding 0, I may add another class. Let me say the class I add navga. I may change its background color or any other things to see how it is. As you can see here, I just passed my CSS with my HTML, and then if I copy index.html file, I'm going to my Chrome. This is how it is look. It's kind of looking ugly, no CSS. Right now, if I paste my CSS here, and then look at this carefully, create a JavaScript. I have just to have create a folder, name it JS. Under that folder, I create scripts.js. Under that is JS, and just have to paste all the JS again because it's kind of looking ugly. So you have to check that link in the description if you want to know how I did this. Additionally, I use styleship of CDNJS because I want my buttons to appear, to be responding, the social media button I use. So if I go into my Chrome right now, after inserting my JavaScript, my CSS, and pasting all my document like you see here, let me paste them all. My website is going to looking very good. Look at this carefully. Hope you get it. So look at the website here. From the home, about, blog, support, and even the button. If I hover it, it will be responsive. There is a social media icon under my footer, TikTok, YouTube, and also there is a copyright. Look at this carefully. And a mobile view. Look at this carefully. It will be responsive for all in all view. Look at this carefully. And look at this. If I tap on navigation toggle, there's home, blog, and something like that. It's kind of looking beautiful. Look at this. So check link in the video description or in the first comment section. I have provided a video on how I make this a responsive website for you. I also linked the box model, which includes the margin, padding, border, content itself, white space. It caused me headache. Short about box model. It's a container that contains multiple properties as I mentioned before. It's used to create design and layout of a web pages according to the CSS box model. The web browser supplies each element as a square presence. Above all, I was able to complete the CSS3 chapter itself, which include the basic CSS sizing method, the anatomy of CSS syntax and structures, difference between class and ID selectors, and also the display property, inline and block, and also the position property, static, related, and absolute, and also the font styling of CSS, also web designing fundamental and typography, and also the use of plot, CSS plot and clear, and combine CSS selectors and understand the CSS selectors priority. I also learned about the flexbox, and the flexbox is a CSS layout method that allows you to easily arrange items in a row or column. It is one-dimension layout model, which means that it can only be used to arrange an item in a single line or column. However, you can use flexbox to create a layout that are responsive to different screens and size. I'm now currently immersed in learning Bootstrap. Bootstrap stands as a free open source CSS framework that focuses on responsive mobile front-end web development packaged within a design template based on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This template caters to typography, forms, button and navigation, and variety of interface components. So before my final conclusion, I would like to say that you can easily learn coding without using your personal computer. It is easy and affordable to use your smartphone to learn coding. As you can see here, let me go into the app, open the HTML, then CSS, and this is offline version of my coding I'm currently learning. It is so simple. Finally, thank you for joining my learning journey. We start with HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, setting the stage of web designing. But there is more ahead. We are dipping into JavaScript, mastering the DOM and conquering jQuery, and exploring Node.js and Express.js for back-end magic. The IIPs and database await, along with SLQ, MongoDB, and Mongoose. Then ethical hacking and wonders of Python and machine learning. Lastly, we will venture into Kotlin for Android app creation. Remember, every line of coding is a step toward our dreams. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Share this video with fellow learners, hit that like button and leave your thought in the comment sections. Keep coding, stay curious, and together, let's transform our dreams into reality. Until next time, happy coding. Bye.